All right, so let me share the whiteboard. Make this a little bigger. All right, so remember that our steps are to first, we estimate. These are the same steps from yesterday. Second, we divide. And finally, we check with multiplication. Okay, so those are our three steps. The first problem that we're going to do together is 972 divided by 11. So the first thing we want to do is estimate. Now, we have a choice here. 11 is on our multiplication chart. So if we want, we can keep the 11 or we can round it to 10. Which would you rather do? So let's do this. If you want to keep the 11, give me a thumbs up. If you want to round to 10, give me a thumbs down. So keep 11 is thumbs up, round to 10 is thumbs down. Okay, so I see more thumbs up than thumbs down, so we're going to keep the 11, okay? Now, the next part, remember, is to look for your relationship. Does 11 have a relationship with 97? What do you think? Antoine says no. So if we look at our multiplication chart, we're looking at our 11s and we're looking for 97. There is no 97. But look at this. 99 is pretty close, isn't it? So we can use 99 as the relationship. 11 times 9 is 99. So let's use that relationship. Okay, so we change this to 99. And remember, anything after that is a 0. Now, do I have zeros in both the dividend and the divisor? Yes or no? I'll repeat that question. Do I have a 0 in the dividend and the divisor? You're right, I do not. I only have one in the dividend. So remember, in order to get rid of them, I have to have one on each side. So since there's not one right here with the 11, then I can't get rid of any zeros. I need them all. Okay. So what is 99 divided by 11? Good, Roger. Roger's holding up his hand. He's saying 9. Good. Okay. And then I still have this 0, and I have to have that as part of my estimate. So I'm saying that my estimate is somewhere around 90. Okay. Everybody with me? Any questions so far? Yes or no questions, Elijah? No. Okay. All right. So let me move you guys out of the way just a little bit. All right. So let's do a 3-digit box for our 972. Kind of making it a little bit smaller today just because I know I'm going to need a little bit more room. So 972 divided by 11. So remember, we're doing 11 in a group. Okay, let's talk about Skittles today. All right, so I need 11 Skittles to make a full bag. Right now, I only have 9. So can I make a full bag? Not yet, not with only 9. Okay, so that's no groups, right? So 0 groups. Well, 0 times 11 is 0. Okay, Roger, I'm loving your hand motions. Okay, so 9 minus 0 is 9. Good. Okay, so I bring over my 9. And now I want to find out how many bags of 11 Skittles I can get out of 97. So how many groups of 11 can I get out of 97? Okay, so you're telling me, okay, so 8 times 11 is what? Everybody, what's 8 times 11? 88, good, okay. And what's 9 times 11? 99, good, okay. 99 is too much, right? So I want to back it up to the 8 groups. Okay, so then I take away my 88. So I have to regroup. What's 17 minus 8? 9, good. Okay, then I bring over my 9. And how many groups of 11 can I get out of 92? I see Roger holding up his hands again for 8, right? Because we did it down here. We have 8 times 11 is 88, but 9 times 11 is 99, and that's too much. So 8 groups. And if I subtract, what am I left with? What's 12 minus 8? 4. Okay, now if I have 4 Skittles, can I make a bag? Can I make a bag with only 4 Skittles, guys, for this question? No, I need 11, don't I? Okay, so what does that mean this 4 is? That's your remainder. Absolutely. Okay, so then what is the last thing that I need to do? Very good. Okay, so I'm going to take my 88 and I'm going to multiply times 11. 1 times 8. 1 times 8. I'm placing a 0 because this is really a 10. And then 1 times 8. And 1 times 8. That was so hard, wasn't it? Okay, so now we have to add them. So 8 plus 0, 8 plus 8, and 8 plus 1. 9. Okay. Now, is that what we started with? No, why not? Exactly, good. Okay, so we have to add that remainder in. So 8 plus 4, 1 plus 6, and then our 9. Okay, is that what we started with? Absolutely. Okay. All right. Very good job. All right, so let's erase some of this work so that we can do our second problem together. So I really like how Antoine and Roger and Elijah are participating. You are definitely getting Class Dojo points today. The rest of you should be doing the same. Okay, so let's go ahead and now we're going to do 867 divided by 15. Oh, that one's a tricky one, right? So let's think about that 15. What are we going to do with the 15? I would definitely round this one. Why does it have to go up, Elijah? Right. If I look here, it's 5 or more. So then 15 would round to 20. Very good. Okay. Now, does 2 have a relationship with 86? That one's kind of tricky, okay, because technically it does, because 86 is an even number, but remember we're looking for friendly numbers, right? 86 is not a very friendly number. All right, what can I change the 86 to that would be more friendly? Say that to 80? I would say maybe 80. Maybe we change this to 80. Yeah, yeah, very good. Okay, and so remember, whatever's after that becomes a zero. So now I have 800 divided by 20. Okay, do I have zeros on both sides of the division sign? Yes. Okay. So remember, I can only cross them off if I can match them up and get rid of them. Okay. So I can't cross off all of these zeros. I only have one zero on this side. So I can cross off one zero on this side. Okay. So since I don't have any zeros here, I have to keep this zero. Okay. So then what's 8 divided by 2? 4. And then I have a zero left. Okay. So my estimate is 40. Everybody with me? Okay, now here's the one thing that might be a little tricky today. Since we're dividing by 15, do I have a multiplication chart that has 15 on it? I don't. Okay, so I have two choices, and this depends on what you want to do. Okay, so what you could do is you could start writing out a list of your multiples. So this is 1 times 15, 2 times 15, 3 times 15, and all I'm doing is each time I'm adding 15 in my head, okay? You could do that all the way down to 9, okay? And then that would be your facts, okay? If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. What you can do instead is guess and check. So for instance, if I'm looking at the problem and I say, well, I don't know, I think maybe it's 5 groups of 15, and so then you do 15 times 5 off to the side, and you get 75. And then if that's not enough, you can decide if you need to go higher or lower. Okay, so that's totally up to you what you want to do. Question, Elijah? Okay, all right, so let's do our box. So I have 867 divided by 15. All right, so if I'm looking for 15, can I get a group out of 8? No. Good. So bring over my 8. All right, so now I'd have 86. How many 15s can we get out of 86? So this is where if you wrote all of your multiples, you could just look at the list and go, oh, it's that one, and then put it over right away. Okay. If you didn't, this is where you have to guess and check. So see, I know that 15 times 5 is 75, but I'm looking for 86. So I want to see what 15 times 6 is. 6 times 5 is 30. And then 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3 is 9. Oh, that's too many. Okay, so 6 groups is too many. So I want to back it up to the 5 groups. And 5 times 15, we already did that work over here, is 75. And now I subtract. Now, we haven't had this happen before. Okay, if there's a multi-digit number, that whole number needs to be brought over here. Okay, so not just 1. This is an 11. The whole thing gets brought over. So this becomes 117, right? So how many 15s do you think come out of 117? Hmm. Well, I know from this work that 15 times 6 is 90. Do you think that's enough, or do we need to have another group? Okay, so let's try 15 times 7. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 3 is 10, so that's 105. What would happen if I add another 15? That would be higher, right? So we don't want another group, so it's 7 groups, okay? And if I take away 105, I'm left with 12. Now, is it okay to have 12 as a remainder? What you think? Why? Okay, so think of it this way. How many do you have to have in a bag? If we're talking Skittles, how many Skittles have to be in a bag this time? 15, but I only have 12. So can I make a bag? Nope. Okay, so it is okay to have that as my remainder. As long as my remainder is less than my divisor, it's okay. All right, so I know 12 looks like, oh man, Miss Higby, that is like a big remainder. Yeah, it is. But as long as I can't make another group, it's okay. All right, so let's say my remainder or my divisor, let's say I have some crazy problem and my divisor is 63. So I want 63 Skittles in a group. Okay, my remainder could be 62 because that's less than 63. And if I have 62 Skittles, but I have to have 63 in a bag, that wouldn't be enough. Yes, Elijah. Mhm. Yes, as long as your remainder is less than the divisor, then you cannot make another group, and that's okay. All right. Sometimes that's hard to kind of grasp, to kind of get our head around because it's like, well, that seems so weird. Why would I have 62 as a remainder? Well, again, if you need 63 to make a group, 62 would not be a full group. Okay, so for this, 12 sounds high, but because it's less than 15, I can have that as my remainder. Okay. All right, so then the last step is to multiply. So we're going to multiply 57 times 15. Okay, so help me out. 5 times 7? Good. 5 times 5 plus 3? 28. Okay, going down here. 1 times 7 and 1 times 5. Okay, add them together. That's 15 and that's an 8. Is that what we started with? Why not? So what do I need to do? Very good. Yes, I need to add that 12 back in there. All right. Is that what we started with? Yes. Okay. All right. Are there any questions on that? All right. So I'm going to clear that. I'm going to come down